Good morning and welcome to Journeys Day 2. In this video lesson, we are going to be rereading our story, What Can You Do? And as we are reading, I want you to be thinking about our essential question. Why is it important to try your best? And also be thinking of, what can you do? What is something that you are really good at? And did you have to practice really hard? Or was it something that you knew how to do right away? We'll also be working on our phonics skills that we are talking about this week. So let's go ahead and get started. Our target skill that we are discussing this week is author's purpose. Authors write for different reasons. In our story, What Can You Do?, the authors give information. Why do you think the authors wrote the selection? What did they want you to learn? Look for details and text evidence in the selection that help explain the topic. We can use a chart like this below to list the details and the author's purpose. We will do this later this week in group. When we are reading, it is also important to use context. When you don't know what a word means, read the sentence again. Ask and answer these questions. What clues do I find in the words? What clues do I see in the pictures? In the selection, a girl learns to float. You can use the word swim and the picture of the girl in the water to figure out that float means to rest on top of the water. Now let's begin to reread our story for the week, What Can You Do? By Shelley Rotner and Sheila Kelly. Photographs by Shelley Rotner. I know a boy who can draw very well, and a girl who can climb very high. We are all good at doing something. We are always learning new things as we get older. I like to swim and learned how to float. I had to practice. Once I learned, I felt like I could float for hours. My little brother is better on skis. He can ski much faster than I can. We are happy when we do something well, whatever that might be. Reading is easy for me, but math is much harder. I'd like to be better at math, though. It's important that on this page we see the boy where he says something is easy for him, but that the other is much harder. The authors included this in our selection to show that some things may take more practice than other things. Think about when you complete your schoolwork. Maybe reading is easier for you to complete than math. Or maybe math is easier for you to complete. That doesn't mean that you're bad at it or that you're not doing a good job. That just means you just need some extra practice. This little girl says, "I can't read very well yet. I wish I could." It can take a long time to be good at something. If we practice, things get easier and easier to do. Marie knows how to spell, and Jim prints well. Jean is really good at anything that has to do with computers. Our page here says, "I haven't discovered what I'm good at yet." Sometimes we aren't sure exactly what we are good at, and that's perfectly fine. But this child says, "I haven't discovered what I'm good at yet." Do you think that they will keep looking for something that they do well? There is a word that they said in that sentence. The word yet. I haven't discovered what I'm good at yet. People use this word when they are talking about something that has not happened, but probably will. For example, Mrs. Collier could say, "I have not done my laundry yet, but I'm going to before I go to bed." On page 62, Nathan writes funny stories about science. Some of the funniest ones are about a baby robot. Beth likes to build. The biggest tower she ever built was taller than she is. On page 63, it says, "I made the soccer team this year. I hope I play well enough to score a goal. I see lots of things in the park. I look near and far. Things look much closer through my binoculars." We all like to do what we do best. When things are hard, we need help to learn. We might say, "I don't get it." We're good at different things. Here in our picture, we can see people who are practicing at different things. Some are practicing math, ballet, riding, playing a sport outside, and even playing an instrument. On page 66, it says, "I feed the baby myself now. When she gets bigger, she will not need help." It also says, "I can fix my brother's wagon. I'm younger than my brother, but I'm good at fixing things." At the top of page 67, it says, I got my training wheels off earlier than I thought I would. I felt very proud. It also says, the kids made me captain of our team. That was one of the happiest days of my life. We have schoolwork, acting, singing, dancing, playing games, or sports. We all have something we do well. What can you do? The author included this question at the end of our reading because they want you to think about, what can you do well? Can you dance? Can you sing? Can you draw? Are you really good at math? Be thinking of what is something you can do. And you can share it with us, and maybe we can try to do it too. I really enjoyed getting to read this book with all of you today. It makes me think of all of the things I can do, but then all of the things I want to do. Remember, we can't always be good at everything the first try. Sometimes it takes a lot of hard work and practice. But the most important thing is to not give up. Now let's complete an activity in our reader's notebook to finish out our lesson. To end our lesson, I am going to have you complete an activity in your reader's notebook on page 168. On this page, we are working with our words to know, also called our sight words. Our directions tell us to circle the best answer to each question. Here we have 8 questions, and we will be paying close attention to the words here in the bolded font. We will read the question and then read the 2 choices. You will circle the word that best answers each question. So at the end of this activity, you should have 8 words circled. Let's begin with looking at number 1. Listen closely to each question. Number 1 says, what word goes with far? Near, high. When each of these questions are asking what word goes with, this can mean that it's talking about the opposite of the word or something that is similar. So when you are looking at the choices, it may be a word that goes with the opposite or the word that goes along with. One example I like to think of is what word goes with cat? Dog. What word goes with day? Night. Those are 2 examples of words that go with each other even though they mean the opposite. So on number 1, what word goes with far? Near or high? Circle the word that goes with far for number 1. Number 2 says, what word goes with plot? Always, stories. Circle the word that best goes with our question for number 2. What word goes with plot? Always, stories. For number 3, what word goes with when? Different, once. Circle the word that best matches for number 3. What word goes with when? Different, once. Number 4 says what word goes with just right? Enough, near. Circle the word that best completes the question for number 4. What word goes with just right? Enough, near. For number 5, what word goes with low? High, happy. Circle the word that best completes our question for number 5. What word goes with low, high, happy? Remember, as we said in the beginning, when it says which word goes with, this can mean the word that goes with it is its opposite, or it means something similar. When looking at the clues, look for the word that is either going with the opposite or the same as our word. It has to have some kind of connection. For question number 6, it says, what word goes with sad? Once, happy. Circle the word that goes with sad. Number 7 says, what word goes with never? High, always. Circle the word that goes with never. High, always. And for number 8, the clue says, what word goes with same? Different, stories. Circle the word that goes with same. Different, stories. Once you have completed circling all 8 of your choices, you will be all done with this activity. We are going to be checking your answers during our reading intervention time. If you have any questions before then, please let me know, and I will see you soon.